Horsforth Resident Janet Warrior had a nasty shock when she realised that she had been a victim of identity fraud before her post even reached her doorstep.
Last weekend I discovered that my identity had been taken through a post office scam from them taking mail out of my letterbox. Hadn't heard anything about this until the postman mentioned something to my husband on the Saturday morning, and then when I opened the post found out I had a card reader which was for a bank that I didn't have a bank account with. As a result of that, I went on to my credit report check and discovered that somebody had been making lots of searches and lots of credit requests in my name, and discovered they'd got away with quite a lot of money.
And for some people that don't understand, how do people become victims of identity fraud?
They steal your name and address from a letter or from something they must have done out of your letterbox. I've never been a victim of it before, but they just get hold of your name and address and then go off with it. I then got in touch with all the credit reference agencies to try and find out the extent of what they'd done, and then as a result of that I had to ring the banks and get everything stopped, and now I've got to try and get my credit rating back and get all these searches deleted off it, because it will have a detrimental effect for if I want to borrow anything in the future, even down to a mobile phone bill. I pride myself on looking after my identity because I used to work in a bank, but and my husband will tell you that the shredder gets used in our house more than anything else. I'm absolutely paranoid about it, but on this occasion, because the letterbox has been outside the house, they've managed to get the letters out of the letterbox before they've even got to me to deal with, so therefore I couldn't, once I'd dealt with them, couldn't destroy any personal information that was on them. And
you're not the first person that this has happened to, are you?
No, there are quite a few people in the area that we're now discovering this has happened to, and I think the list is only going to get longer.
So what do you think people can do to help avoid this happening to them?
Have a secure mailbox, which is what we've now got, but apart from that, I honestly don't know. Raise awareness that this is going on, but it's absolutely nothing that we've done that's led to this happening. So it's a horrible crime, it's fraud, and it makes you feel quite vulnerable in a daft sort of way. Maybe the post office should try and take some responsibility and try and make letter deliveries more secure, but there again, I don't know how they're going to do that.
Would you explain to me a bit about, when you first found out, how did that make you feel?
Gutted. As if somebody's robbed you, but they haven't actually physically been into the house, and that there's all your details floating around in like cyberspace or something like that, and it's just, it gives you a horrible feeling. It's like, yeah. I've found out from, NatWest seems to be the one that they've targeted most in my name, and I found out from them they've opened a current account with a £4,000 overdraft limit, they've got a credit card with £4,000 limit, and they've got a personal loan for £9,800 repayable over 60 months, but they're not going to repay it, they're not. So NatWest have been absolutely brilliant. They acknowledge that it is a fraud, and I won't lose any of the money whatsoever, and their checks are going to be taken off my credit profile. But it could take up to 60 days for that to happen, but in the scheme of things I don't think that's a lot.
A spokesman for the Royal Mail told Horsforth Uncovered, "We actively encourage our people to report any concerns they have about households they suspect are vulnerable to postal scams to their line manager. Since 2014, thousands of operational delivery staff have received training in conjunction with the National Trade and Standards Scams team at the delivery offices across the UK. Over 700 victims have been identified as a result of these sessions, many of whom are able to get help from their local trading standards."